Manchester United 3, Fulham 2. This is your full-time match reaction from Old Trafford on this Sunday night. And all I'm going to say is, how did we throw away a 2-0 lead at home? How the hell did we throw away a 2-0 lead at home? I thought we lost the 3 points. I thought we lost the win. I thought the Carrick era was going to be over after that today. How on earth did we manage to throw away a 2-0 lead at home to Fulham? That is the big question. 2-0 up, comfortable, and we've let Fulham back in it so easy today. I don't know what happened at 2-0. I honestly do not know what happened at 2-0, but never write Manchester United off. Write Manchester United off at your peril. Write Manchester United off at your will, because we never give up. We keep going. We never surrender. 3 wins from 3, 9 points from 9, still in the Champions League places, but Manchester United have got so lucky today. If it wasn't for Benjamin Sesko, we wouldn't have won that game. We would not have won that game. We are so lucky today. We are so lucky. Without that Sesko goal, we have thrown away a 2-0 lead. And there should be an inquest. Of course there should be an inquest on how you let a 2-0 lead slip at home. Of course there should be an inquest, because if you're comfortable like that at home, you should not be letting in the opposition back in so easy the way we did. I don't know why we took off the gas, but I think what made it very telling, as soon as we made the substitution to bring Agate on, we seemed to lack energy. We seemed to lack any control in that midfield. And again, that midfield is such a big problem still. As soon as Agate comes onto the pitch and you take off Casemiro, the midfield looks all over the place. And again, we've been saying it time and time again. We really need to dive into the midfield market tomorrow on transfer deadline day. We really need to dive into the transfer market, because we cannot keep playing like that, especially at home to Fulham, where we should be expecting 3 points. We should be expecting to win the game quite comfortably. But as soon as Agate came on, the game went upside down, in my opinion. As soon as Agate came on, the game absolutely changed. And letting Fulham back into the game the way we did was unforgivable, in my opinion. Obviously, Fulham fans are probably going to be very disappointed. I don't think we played that well today. I think Manchester United have got very lucky. I'm not pleased with the performance. I'm not the way we seemed to play after we went 2-0 up. It's like we took off the gas. It's look, we basically got maybe too cocky, maybe a bit too arrogant for their liking. And Manchester United thought there's no way they're going to throw away a 2-0 lead, especially at home to a club like Fulham. I thought the game was done. I thought the 3 points were sealed. But the way we let them back into it is massively unforgivable, because we should be winning that game quite comfortably. We should be playing that game quite comfortably. You don't throw a 2-0 lead at home away to Fulham at Old Trafford. And again, it was nervous. It was nerve-wracking. But I tell you what, Harry Maguire must be breathing a massive sigh of relief. I bet Harry Maguire is sat there right now going to get Benjamin Sesko a nice pint tonight. Because without his goal, we don't win this game, and it finishes 2-2. We're still in the top 4. 3 wins from 3, 9 points from 9. Michael Carrick's winning era continues as Manchester United's interim manager. Do you give him the job? Do you give him the contract now? I'm not 100% sure still. I think my mind will be made up after the Tottenham game next Saturday afternoon at Old Trafford as well. Do you give Carrick the job? Do you give him the contract? Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Would really appreciate your guys' support on this Sunday evening. Fulham did play well. Fulham did play very well to get back into the game. They played very well. Obviously, Harry Maguire, again, I don't think it's a penalty. I don't personally think it's a penalty in my view. I think the save from the men's was already there. And I don't think Harry Maguire touches Raul Jimenez. I don't think it's a penalty. I don't know how that was given, in my opinion. I think Fulham are very lucky to even have a penalty in the first place, because Lamens makes the original save from the Raul Jimenez shot, and apparently Harry Maguire swipes Raul Jimenez out. I don't think it's a penalty. I think Jimenez goes into Maguire instead of Maguire going into Jimenez. So I don't think it's actually a penalty, in my opinion. I think Fulham have got very lucky there to even be given that decision. Because if you look back at the replay, look where Raul Jimenez's leg is on Maguire. Maguire doesn't go into him. Jimenez goes into Harry Maguire. So I think Fulham, in hindsight, are very, very lucky that they were even rewarded that penalty. I think there should have been a VAR check. I think Fulham should not have been rewarded that penalty because I don't think Harry Maguire takes Jimenez out. Jimenez already has had the shot on the United goal. Lamens makes a comfortable save, but then look at the challenge and Maguire does run in. But I thought it was never a penalty. I don't think it was a penalty in my opinion. I don't think it was a penalty. I think Fulham have got very, very lucky there. They did the VAR check. I think the VAR check wasn't even made because if you look at the replay, Jimenez goes into Maguire. Maguire does not go into Jimenez. So that should have been looked at. I think the referee should have been sent over to the monitor to look at the original incident. And I think Fulham would not have been rewarded that penalty. But I think as soon as they got the penalty, the Fulham comeback was on. And to go 2-1, obviously, it's massively disappointing. Of course, it's going to be very, very disappointing that you throw away a 2-0 lead. You don't expect to concede at home, especially to a mid-table club like Fulham. No disrespect to their fans, no disrespect to their porters. You are a mid-table club. You're not exactly going to be challenging from Europe this season anytime soon. So I think Fulham are very, very lucky they even got back into the game because if that penalty wouldn't have been given, Fulham wouldn't have scored that first goal on their comeback. So, in my opinion, hi, good evening, my dear friend. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Would really appreciate it. I think Fulham are very, very lucky they've even got back into it. I think Fulham are lucky. There's nothing more than pure luck over that referee's decision. Obviously, I think the ref should have gone over to the monitor. In my opinion, to check that incident because I don't think Maguire swipes out Jimenez. I think Jimenez goes into Maguire, making it look like a penalty, even though it's not. So I don't know how on earth that was given, in my opinion, and in my view. But the Fulham comeback was on, and we seemed to drop. The confidence went out the window. The positivity went out the window. Manchester United caved in, and that was massively, massively disappointing. Even though we won the game today, and we've won 3-2, I don't know why the levels dropped. I don't know why we seemed to drop off and let Fulham back into the game the way we did. I thought we should have gone and found that third goal when it was made 2-1 because there's always a chance Fulham are going to be able to rescue a point. And I mean, what a goal to get them back to 2-2. I mean, you can't take anything away from the goal. You can't take anything away from the finish. That second Fulham goal is nothing more than a wonder goal. It's nothing more than a complete and utter wonder goal. Give the Fulham player credit. It is a fantastic, fantastic goal. And unfortunately, Le Mans can't really do anything about it. There's no stopping that type of goal. And as soon as this shot was unleashed, I thought this is only going to end up in the back of the net. And that is exactly what it did. And obviously, 2-2, you think to yourself, how on earth have we thrown this away? 2-0 up, comfortable, 3 wins from 3, 9 points from 9. It looked like it was going to be 7 points from 9. And I think if we would have drawn the game today, I think Manchester United would have gone backwards. if we didn't win this game today. I think the momentum would have dropped. I think the confidence would have gone out the window. And then the downfall of Manchester United would have begun again if we haven't have won this game today. Come on, big win. It is a big win. It is a fantastic result. It's 3 wins from 3, 9 points from 9. We're still in the Champions League spots, even despite Chelsea and Liverpool's wins yesterday. Even though they both won, it's 9 points from 9. It's 3 wins from 3. We're still in the Champions League spots. And even better news, Aston Villa lost 1-0 at home to Brentford at Villa Park. So we're only 5 points off Aston Villa now. So if Man City were to slip up against Tottenham, Villa have slipped up today. There's a big, big opportunity for Manchester United to go and at least clinch 3rd or 2nd. I think the chase is on. Now. If we can go and get 2nd, or if at least go and get 3rd place, I'm not ruling anything out. Obviously, we're not going to catch Arsenal. Arsenal beat Leeds United 4-0 at Ellen Road yesterday. So I think the challenge to Arsenal is basically over anyway. But if we can go and chase Villa, the gap is 5 points. And we kick off early next Saturday against Tottenham. And if we beat Tottenham, we're only 2 points off second. So it's still possible that we could finish even higher than where we are at the moment. Yes, we're in the top 4. I think Liverpool fans will be fuming. I think Chelsea fans are going to be sat there fuming as well, because they probably thought Fulham would have hanged on. And I think if you're a Fulham fan and you're a Fulham supporter, you're going to be gutted. You're going to be very, very pissed off, because I think Marco Silva's Fulham should have parked the bus. If you want to rescue a point and you want to get a result, just park the bus with every opportunity that you got. And unfortunately, Fulham didn't park the bus. They let Manchester United back in, and that is what they did. And I mean, without Bruno Fernandes today, he doesn't get the 2 assists for the Casemiro goal and for the winning goal from Benjamin Sesko. And there was a lot of people on Sesko's back when he hit the post. We take the win, exactly. If we win all our next games and Arsenal drop points in the next few games, title charge, please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Without Bruno Fernandes today, we don't find that 3rd winning goal. We don't find that goal, because the assist to Sesko is absolutely brilliant. Thank God for Sesko. And there was a lot of people giving him pelters. When he hit the post earlier on in the game. Everybody was giving Sesko pelters. At least he's getting opportunities on goal. At least he's creating chances to actually score goals. Give Sesko a little bit of credit here. He's a better source of goals. He's got a lot more ability about him, and he actually gets himself into space where you had Rasmus Højlund running into blind fucking alleys. So I don't understand why loads of people were giving Sesko pelters. Give the guy a little bit of credit. At least he gets himself into space. At least he puts himself in front of the goal. And he was unlucky to hit the post. But look at the winning goal, though. Look at the winning goal. Touch, turn, swivel, bang. Touch, turn, swivel, bang. What a goal. What a way to rescue the result. What a way to rescue 3 points. And what a way to win the game. And clearly, Fergie time still does exist. It really, really does. Bruno is our heartbeat to our midfield. Without Bruno Fernandes, we don't have a midfielder like him. We are basically stuck with Casemiro and Ugarte. Mainu, I don't think had his best game today, if I'm going to be really, really honest. I think, again, if you look at that midfield, it is still very, very sluggish. I think soon as Ugarte was brought on, the levels in the midfield dropped off a cliff. I don't know why that happened, by the way, but soon as Ugarte was brought on, the levels just completely faded away. I don't know why that happened, but it seems to be happening every time. Every time Ugarte comes onto that pitch, the levels to our game absolutely fall off a cliff. And I don't know why it does, because Ugarte has got age on his side, granted, but soon as you bring him on, he doesn't look comfortable. He really, really does not look comfortable. He looks like a rabbit in the headlights moment. Soon as Casemiro comes off, Casemiro, fair play to him. He's leaving the club at the end of the season. But he still looks very, very good in that midfield today. He looks a lot more stable. He looks a lot more comfortable that Michael Carrick has switched it to a 3-man midfield. Ugarte is not good. I completely agree. Ugarte looks very depleted in the middle. Completely agree with that as well. Beating Fulham, you want a medal. He's young as well. Unlucky, hit the post in his time. Rasmus had Rashford, Garnacho, Sesko, Kuna and Buemo. Only a matter of time before he's a monster. How football match should be played, not one-sided. Bruno is our heartbeat. Fucking buzzing with that win. Title charge, did you say? Why would they hit his first touch hit the post? That's all. Exactly. Such a cheat week when we played shit. No charge, slow down. Top 3 is on. Sesko, I'm sorry for everything. We take the win, says Ash. If Slim has said if we win all our games and Arsenal drop points, next few games title charge. I mean, anything's possible. Anything is possible in these next few games. But do you give Michael Carrick the job? Do you give him the contract? Or after today's game, has your mind not been made up? Because if you're looking at it from hindsight, we threw a 2-0 lead away at home. We did throw away a 2-0 lead away at home. So I wouldn't give him the job yet. I wouldn't give him the contract. I wouldn't offer him the job ASAP. I still think this is a massive, massive learning curve from him and his players today. If I was Michael Carrick, let's decide at the end of the season what we're going to do. Because if you give him the job now, it could then all fall apart again. And after today's game, it's a hard-fought 3 points. Completely agree. We did well to find that winning goal. Well done to Sesko. Well done to Fernandez for a great bit of play to get that third winning goal. Because if we drop these points, Michael Carrick would have got pelters. The team would have got absolutely obliterated by the fan base. And a load of people would have been on Carrick and the players back tonight. And I still think there is room for improvement. I still think there's a lot we can learn about from this performance. But if I was Michael Carrick, the Fulham goals were Lamenta's fault. No strategy had any part in them. I don't know what happened at 2-0. That's the really puzzling thing. What the hell happened at 2-0? Why did we drop off? Why did the energy levels just fall off a cliff? Against Tottenham and against Man City, the energy levels were consistent. Against Fulham today, obviously, you're going to try a low block. Fulham are a low block team. And obviously, when you're at 2-2, you don't throw the game away. You take a point. You settle for that point. You settle for that result. So I think Fulham are going to come away from the game absolutely so disappointed because Marco Silva should have got it into his players. Park the bus, park the bus, park the bus. We were relaxed. That was the problem. Exactly. I thought we got too arrogant. I thought we got a little bit too cocky. And the players probably thought the game's done. There's no way they're going to come back from this. And again, that's the problem. That is the problem. The substitutions didn't work to an extent. The substitutions didn't work. I don't think that went as well as what I thought it could have done. I don't think the performance was there today. It looked like all our energy from Arsenal and Man City was sucker punched out of the performance in the second half. It didn't look comfortable today. That's the only thing I would say. We did not look comfortable. We let Fulham come to Old Trafford and they outplayed us in the second half. I thought Fulham were massively the better team. They created a lot of the better opportunities and they had a lot more chances on goal. And Manchester United let Fulham onto them. And that's what the disappointing thing was. I think that was the disappointing thing. We let Fulham onto us. We stepped back and we let Fulham play. That was the big problem. When we got the second goal, I thought we would go on and find the third and win comfortably 3 or 4-0. But as soon as the penalty was given, the whole game changed. The whole game plan went out of the window. And the players looked pissed. The players looked disappointing. And we've won 3 at 2-0. I wasn't comfortable. Fulham looked dangerous. And thank God the goal was disallowed. If Fulham's goal, which a lot of fans are going to say, why was that Fulham goal disallowed? Why did VAR cancel out Fulham's goal to make it 2-1 earlier on in the game? That is because Chukwueze was offside. Chukwueze was offside in the build-up to the Fulham first goal. That didn't get given. So, in the end, a lot of Fulham fans are going to be livid with that decision. Because they're probably thinking, looking at it from where they're looking at it from their point of view, both the decisions were offside. Both the decisions were offside. So, I don't think the referee and VAR can give that goal because Chukwueze is in an offside position leading up to the first Fulham goal. So that decision was correct because the replay was there and it was there to show on the screen. So thank God that goal didn't get given because if that's 2-1 then, could you imagine what they would have done in that situation? They would have found this equaliser and they potentially would have then gone on and won the game. If Fulham would have won the game today, when a penalty is scored, a game shift, it's simple. Exactly. We gave away free kicks from dangerous positions as well. That's the problem. VAR took like 4 minutes too long. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Would really appreciate your guys' support in the live chat. You're all making very, very valid points and having some great opinions on the game. It's just really disappointing. Like, it's so disappointing that we threw the game away the way we did. It was really disappointing to throw the game the way we did. That's what really disappoints me, because we had the game won. We were comfortable. We didn't look we were going to panic. It didn't look like we were going to throw this away. I think we just got too comfortable for our own liking. I think we just got too comfortable. And that's the disappointing thing. When you get comfortable, the energy levels drop. Your consistency and your concentration goes away from the game. So I think in the end, Manchester United are very, very lucky. I think Manchester United are very, very lucky that they've even come away with a 3-2 win. I think we are dead, dead lucky today. Why is the referee not giving almost no yellow cards to Fulham? Mbeumo came off with a knock as well. I hope that Mbeumo knock isn't too serious. Look, 3 months ago, we would have lost the game, take the win and enjoy the moment. Exactly, says Adam. Mbeumo looked exhausted today. Ahmad needed a break towards the end. He was exhausted. So says why. We were the better team. We were the better team at 2-0. We were the better team at 2-0 up. But you don't throw away that lead at home. That's the only thing I would say. If you're 2-0 up at home, don't throw it away. Don't let the opposition back into it. But again, I don't think it's a penalty. In my opinion, Jimenez has gone into Maguire, not the other way around. That's in my opinion. That's my view on the penalty decision. I think Jimenez has gone into Maguire, Maguire not going into Jimenez. And if you look back at it, it's not a penalty. It's not even anywhere near a Stonewall penalty. So, in my opinion, I think that should have been ruled out. I don't think it's a penalty, but that's just my opinion. But if you look at the replay, Jimenez already has the shot on goal. Jimenez already has the shot on goal. But then look at Jimenez's right leg. Jimenez's right leg goes into Maguire, Maguire not going into Jimenez. So, in my opinion, I don't think it's a penalty. I think Fulham have got very, very lucky there. And foul, we won, bro. Wrap it up low. It was 100% a pen. Maguire went for challenge and missed the ball. But the resulting shot was already unleashed. What was Maguire meant to do? He has got to help his goalkeeper. Because if Jimenez scores, it's 2-1. So, in my opinion, I've looked back at that replay twice. It's never a penalty. It's never a penalty. Bro, you're delusional. I'm a United fan, but he still went through on him. I don't think it's a penalty. And I'm going to stand by my opinion. And I'm going to stand by my view. Maguire did what was needed. Exactly. Maguire was there to try and help out his goalkeeper. What was Maguire meant to do? What was Maguire meant to do? And we were erratic today. We were erratic today. Massively erratic.
Oh, yes!
If Maguire was a split second early, it's a good chance. You've got to do what you've got to do. It's all good. We won, says the Joker games. But he came off too aggressive. It was a clear pattern from you. And United fan, if that was the other way round, we'd be screaming pen. I've looked back at the replay. Go and look back at the Jimenez replay. Jimenez's leg goes into Maguire. It's not the other way round. Jimenez goes into Maguire. Look at Jimenez's right ankle. Look at him lay his ankle down on Maguire. It's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. Honestly, Lamens can't catch a cold. If they did that to us, you would have said pen. Kuna also deserved a penalty. Yeah, I would say that. Even look at the 2 penalties that we were denied in the first half. Look at the 2 penalties we were denied in the first half. There's a clear foul on Matthias Cunha from the Fulham centre-back, and people saying that's not a penalty, it's not even a free kick. Look at the way Cunha was fouled in the first half. Go and look back at that, because the Fulham centre-back's leg catches Cunha's back of his leg. Watch the Fulham's player's back leg catch Cunha on the back of his ankle. I'm sorry, that's a penalty. I'm sorry, that is a penalty, in my opinion. In my opinion only. In my opinion. Cunha didn't deserve the penalty. They won the ball. The free kick was for a shirt pull. Regardless of penalty, we still won. People still moan, just be happy we won. It catch him, but he's already fouled him before. Onana would have sold us the game today. Lament is goated. I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the performance. It's 3 wins from 3. It's 9 points from 9. We're still in the Champions League spots. I'm not moaning about the performance. I'm moaning about the performance, not the result. But you don't let Fulham come to Old Trafford and score 2 goals. You don't let Fulham do it, because if you're going to let Fulham do that, other opposition are going to sense the same thing. There's still vulnerability in that Man United team. There is still massive, massive vulnerability. And the big problem is the midfield. The big problem we've got is that fucking midfield. Why won't they address it? Why have they not brought a midfielder in the January transfer window? Why are we waiting till the summer? Why are we waiting till the summer? They're going to have to do it tomorrow. I'm sorry. If they go to deadline day tomorrow and they've not brought a midfielder in, or they don't bring a winger in, then we are fucked. Then we are absolutely fucked. We need a winger and we need a midfielder. And if United don't do it, then we are going to pay the price. We are going to pay the price. The midfield is on its knees. You've basically got Fernandes and Mainu carrying Casemiro every game. And soon as Agate comes on, Agate looks like a rabbit in the headlights. And Agate is responsible. I would give Agate a lot of responsibility for that performance today in that midfield. Because soon as he comes on, the whole midfield turns to pants. And I don't know why that happens. But it happens so much. It didn't happen against City. And it didn't happen against Arsenal. But why has it happened today? Why has it happened today? Casemiro had a good game. Agate is the issue, not Casemiro. But Casemiro can't keep playing week in, week out. That's the problem I'm finding. If you're playing Casemiro every single game, that's the big problem you've got. We don't really have anyone else to fill his role. I'm not saying Casemiro's the issue. I'm saying the issue is we haven't got a really good midfielder to bring on instead of Casemiro when you bring him off. That's the thing I'm saying. We need another midfielder brought in. United have got deadline day. We've got tonight, we've got tomorrow. United have got to do something. They said they were going to bring a midfielder in, so they better promise it. They better promise it to Carrick. And we can't keep depending on Bruno because Bruno's doing a lot of the midfield work and so is Mainu. Casemiro can't play 90 minutes. We've all figured that out. Even though he's done really well, he's announced he's leaving, but he's still getting big goals and he's still a massive contributor towards the opener. Because if it's a penalty, which I think it is, Bruno would have scored the converting penalty. We would have been 1-0 up and Casemiro probably... Casemiro don't get that goal, but fair play to him. Fair play to Fernandes. Yet again, another assist to get Manchester United on the starting blocks today. It was a very good free kick, a very good assist, and fair play to Casemiro for getting his head onto the returning free kick, because that is what really changed the game. I thought when we went 1-0 up, we were and we were lucky. We were lucky. The Fulham penalty gave them confidence. We were 2-0, almost threw it away, says backup account. Jay Stone 13 says you got lucky, so lucky. Completely agree. United have got lucky today. United have got away with one massively. United have got away with one massively today. There's nothing good about the performance. There's nothing great about the way we played. We let Fulham come to Old Trafford and boss us about in that second half. We looked exhausted in that second half, and I don't know why. We've had a week since Arsenal. What the fuck has happened inside a week for the performance levels to completely drop off? Is it because we are running out of energy? Is it because the levels of these players can't keep doing it week in, week out? That's the worrying thing. When you're 2-0 up and comfortable, you don't throw their game away. That's what disappointed me. I'm not moaning about the win. I'm happy we won. I'm happy we got the 3 points. But the levels were not there in that game. The levels dropped massively for what was against Arsenal and Man City. The levels weren't there today. And Fulham did play well. Fulham, to their credit, played really well in that second half. I'm giving Fulham a lot of credit. Obviously, the penalty they got is very lucky. The second Fulham goal is a worldie. Yeah. I'll do it in a minute. Fulham, to their credit, did really well. Fulham, to their credit, did incredibly well. When you score a worldie like that the way they did, I thought the game's gone. The 3 points ain't going to happen. We're going to have to settle for a point. And that's the disappointing thing, because you're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop the second Fulham goal, and they deserve to get it back to 2-2. Fair play to them the way they went about it to find the second goal. That's all Fulham did, pen and the worldie. Exactly. Who would you want to see us sign? We need a midfielder and we need a winger. because Kuna does not look comfortable on the left wing. I figured that out today inside the first half, and especially in the second. Kuna's not a left winger, and that midfielder needs to be brought in. And I think United could do a midfielder. And I think the guy you would bring would probably be Hayden Hackney from Middlesbrough. That would be the most logical signing that this club could provide Carrick tomorrow. If you bring a midfielder in, bring in Hayden Hackney. That would be the most sensiblest thing I think the club could do. We're not going to get Anderson now. We're not going to get Belieber. But you can tell the energy levels dropped at 2-0. That's the big worry from a Michael Carrick perspective. The energy levels dropped at 2-0. They dropped at 2-0. I don't know what happened, but it looked like the players just gave up. It looked like they gave up the ghost lane. I think we can't rescue any more than what we're already doing. But, fair play to Fernandes. Fair play. And we need a left back too. We need Kuna and Mbeumo to move. Kuna, striker, would cook. Again, thoughts on the pen. I don't think it's a penalty. I'm still going to stand by my theory. In my opinion, I don't think it's anywhere near a Fulham penalty. Jimenez has gone into Maguire. That's all I'm going to say. Please smash the like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Would really appreciate your guys supporting the live chat. Because we always relax. That's why. Exactly. We relaxed at 2-0. That's the big problem you find from that type of performance. If you relax at 2-0, the game's always going to be a possibility that there's going to be a comeback on. There's going to be a comeback on. If you're 2-0 up, don't get too relaxed. Don't get too comfortable. Because if the opposition get back in it, it's 2-1. And when Casemiro went off, Agate brought on, everything went out the window. And I don't know why. I don't know why everything went out the window. But that's the big worry from my perspective. Soon as Casemiro went off, and he played really well. He played really, really well, Casemiro. Even though he's leaving, he scored a good goal to get us in the lead. And to be fair, we need someone else in there. When Cass went off, says Jack. Have you talked about Kuna on the left wing? I think he's quiet there. I agree. But I would 100% agree we need a midfield because Cassie is gone at the end of the season. Exactly. Completely brilliant. Thank you for all the likes. Please give me a follow on TikTok if you're watching. Would really appreciate it. We need a midfielder. The midfielder is lacking. It's really, really struggling.
Oh, yes!
We are struggling. Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. We are struggling. We are struggling in that midfield. Agate comes on. The whole performance was gone. The whole performance of that team was gone. And Agate has got to take responsibility. Agate's performances aren't there. We all thought Agate was the missing piece to the jigsaw for the midfield. We all thought he was going to be that midfielder to be taking us off to the next level. Unfortunately, Agate ain't it. Agate ain't it. He's clearly one player is at the midfield. I slightly noticed about Kuna too. We dropped a little. Exactly. The substitutions did not work. I think that's the only thing I would say about Carrick's performance as an interim manager today. His substitutions did not work. His substitutions didn't work. The energy levels were not there as soon as Kuna was taken off and soon as Casemiro was taken off as well. You take them two off and the energy levels of that team went out the window. But I would have kept them on. I would have kept them on and maybe try and add a bit more of an attacking approach, into the second half because we needed to find that third goal. Sesko literally scored. Exactly. But that was when we were 2-0 up. When we were 2-0 up, we should have went on and found that winning goal. And they did. His substitutions did work. To his credit, his substitutions did work. I probably would have changed the substitution slightly. I would have got Mbeumo back on the right. I would have got Sesko down the middle. And I probably would have brought Ahmad off and put Shea Lacey on the left. And then maybe bring off Casemiro for Agate. Because we would have had a different attacking approach on the left instead of having Kuna there. That's what I would have done. I would have had Mbeumo on the right, Sesko down the middle, Shea Lacey on the left. Take Casemiro off and bring Agate on. And it looks something a bit different. But there was the players he took off were tired. Yeah, we need to bring in a midfield tomorrow, says Andy. There's too many switches as user forever. We need to sign Anson, I think, says Isaac. We've got to do something tomorrow because that midfield's lacking. That midfield is lacking. If Michael Carrick has got any sense as an interim manager and if he wants this job, I would be asking the board, go and get me Hayden Hackney for Middlesbrough. You could get Hayden Hackney for 20, 25 million from Middlesbrough. I don't think that would matter a lot to the club. 25 million for a midfielder that's played very, very good for Middlesbrough in the Championship. That's an extra option in midfield that Carragher's got at his disposal when he needs it. Because like I'm going to say, the big problem is, as soon as Agate came on, the issues were there. Thank you for the follow, very much appreciated. As soon as Agate was there, the issues were there again. The issue is, the midfield's getting run through. The midfield's getting run through. They'll give that money to managers. But if Carrick's given the job, he's also recommended bring me Hayden Hackney in. So why can't we go and do that tomorrow? We need a left back, we need a winger, and we need a midfielder. I doubt we're going to do anything tomorrow, but they're going to look at this. It's 3 wins from 3, 9 points from 9. We're in the Champions League spots. We don't really need to go at anything. Carrick should be fine. Hassan has said, I hope I pronounced that right. Mazraoui is very lazy, I see, and you need money. But Man United had 65 million ready for Semenyo. Man United had 65 million ready for Semenyo. So that's all I'm going to say. If the money was there for Semenyo, go and get the guy a midfielder, because that is where the big problem is. We don't really have a midfielder to add that midfield depth without Casemiro and Agate. Yeah, that's the big problem. That is why I think the second half did not go well today. Agate was brought on, Casemiro went off, Kuna went off. So I think that's where United struggled. I think that's where it went really, really pear-shaped today. And at 2-2, I've literally got my head in my hands. Because at 2-2, please give me a follow, smash the like button. At 2-2, you're gutted. You think, you're 2-0 up here. 3 wins from 3, 9 points from 9, still in the Champions League spots. When it goes 2-2, you think to yourself, how the hell has this happened? Like, how the hell has this happened? And it shouldn't have happened in the first place. It should not have happened in the first place. We should not have been in that position today at 2-2 to have thrown the game the way we did. Because look what happens. We paid the price. We let Fulham have a soft goal. And we let them score an absolute worldie. And again, we couldn't do anything about the second goal. Lemens couldn't have done anything about it, I'm afraid. We have not got the money till the summer. We have got the money. We have got the money. People need to start understanding. United had the money to go and get Semenyo. The money is there for a midfielder, right here, right now. For some reason, they wanted to give them a penalty, says Irish people. Again, I'm standing my opinion. I don't think it's a penalty. I think Fulham have got very, very lucky. And I think, in hindsight, go and look at the replay. Go and look at Jimenez putting his foot into Maguire, not the other way round. I don't think Maguire fouls him. I think Jimenez has gone down like a balloon. I really think he's gone down like a balloon being popped. It's embarrassing. From a Fulham perspective, if you've got players that are going to go down like they've been hit by a fucking balloon floating in midair, you might as well be Winnie the Pooh from 100 Acre Wood when he flies on the balloon and he gets stuck in the fucking tree. It's not even a penalty. It's not even a penalty. It's embarrassing. Just look at United's scores and Fulham's score. Look how long they left Fulham's goal repeat. Exactly. It's not a Fulham penalty. They got lucky. They've been lucky that they didn't get a penalty, didn't go against them in the first half, because Kuna has been fouled. And if you also look at the other challenge, that Fulham centre-back did foul in Bremo. That same Fulham centre-back fouled in Bremo inside the first half, and that didn't get given either. And he's brought down in Bremo as well. And it definitely was a pen. So I think Fulham should have been down to 10 players inside the first half, because the same centre-back has fouled 2 players in the same half of the game, and neither decisions have gone United's way. And they're deliberating, oh, he got the ball. No, he didn't. If you look back at the Abuemo one, he doesn't get the ball. The Fulham centre-back brings down Mbeumo. He's got nowhere near the ball. And it's the same for Matthias Cunha as well. His leg has hit Matthias Cunha's back of his leg as well. So Fulham should have been down to 10, I'm afraid. I think VAR and the referee today have been an absolute disgrace. If they can't use VAR properly, don't have it in the game. And if these referees can't referee the game, go and get some top officials from Europe, because these referees clearly don't have a clue what decisions to give anymore. What's a penalty? What isn't a penalty? What's a free kick? What's a free kick? Same with TalkSport. If they didn't have United, that talk show has nothing to talk about. 100% got the ball on the Mbeumo one. He didn't. I completely disagree. He did not get the ball off Mbeumo. He fouled him. Look back at the replay. He fouled Mbeumo. That should have been denying of goal scoring opportunity. It should have been a red card to the Fulham player. They would have been down to 10 and we would have comfortably won this game 4 or 5-0. Fulham have got lucky to even score 2 goals. Fulham have got lucky to score 2 goals today. I don't think their fans are happy. Of course they're not. They've lost 3-2. They thought they had a point. They thought they were coming away from Old Trafford with at least a point. And to lose the game the way they did, look at their 2 centre-backs for the Sesko winning goal. Look at the 2 Fulham centre-backs of Anderson and Bassi. They can't do anything about the turn, the swerve and the shot from Sesko. They can't do anything about it. And what a finish, by the way. What a finish from Benjamin Sesko. European refs are worse. I guess with you not being in Europe, you wouldn't know. I mean, I could have refereed that game better. I don't need to be a full-time referee to understand that the decision inside the first half isn't a penalty. The second half isn't a penalty. The Fulham first goal that was ruled out was rightly deserved and to be ruled out. And please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. The Fulham first goal was rightly to be ruled out because it was offside. But to reward Fulham a penalty that was very, very interesting to even be given that, I don't think it's a penalty. Jimenez has gone into Maguire, not the other way round. So I think Fulham have scored obviously a great goal to get back in it to 2-2. And obviously the first goal, it's nothing more than pure luck. It's nothing more than pure luck from a Fulham perspective. But to throw away the game the way they did, if you're a Fulham fan, gone to that game today, you're going to be pissed. And I don't blame you. You're going to be pissed. Marco Silva should have parked the bus. But that's the type of manager Fulham have got. They've got Marco Silva and that Fulham team have got no end product. That Fulham team have literally got no end product. Without a proper striker and without any proper creative wingers, Fulham haven't really got anything. They've literally got Harry Wilson and that's probably about it. I don't even rate Raul Jimenez. I don't even rate half that Fulham team. They've got some very good players, Fulham, but half of them are shit. They've got no end product. And I think that's why Fulham can't really come away with too many complaints. They deserve to lose the game on paper because at 2-0 we were the better team. So again, they're going to be disappointed. Again, they're probably thinking, how the hell have we come away with a defeat and not a point? But that's the type of manager that Fulham have got. They should have parked the bus. And I think, Marco Silva probably thought there's a winning goal here. And of course, Man United thought the same. There was always going to be opportunities for winning goals to be had in that game. And unfortunately, Fulham didn't have that clinical player to probably win the game for them. And that's the big problem. But why Marco Silva didn't instruct his Fulham players to park the bus as much as possible, I don't actually know. It's a very, very interesting approach from Fulham to not park the bus because you should have held on for a point. They should have held on for a point. And they didn't do it. And I think from a Fulham perspective, that's not good enough from a top manager like Marco Silva, apparently that he is. And I really, really hope one day that Fulham get a better manager who can actually close games out for Fulham because they probably thought, well, we've taken 2 points off Man United this season. That's actually a massive, massive positive. We've not actually allowed them to win. 3 wins from 3 games. I'm happy with Carrick. The team plays different. And Dazzler has said to 067, oh, we are so soft mentally. Madrid, Barca, Premier League All-Star versus King Manchester United. Yes, come on, United. I mean, it's 3 wins from 3. It's 9 points from 9. We're still in the Champions League spots. Despite Liverpool and Chelsea both winning yesterday, I felt comfortable that we would win the game. I just didn't expect to lose a 2-0 lead. That's what disappointed me, that the performance wasn't there today. We deserved a lot better in terms of the second half. We deserved a lot better. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Would really appreciate it. We deserved a lot better in the second half. It's just a shame the levels dropped. And maybe it's a fatigue issue. Maybe it's tiredness. Maybe the players are tired. I don't exactly know, to be honest, why the levels dropped. But again, I think the big problem is the midfield. And I think that's what's coming out of today's game. That midfield's a big problem. And it's massively letting us now down. Right now, I'd give Carrick the job, but only a year contract and see how well he does. Do you know what, Andy? You make a good point. Would you give Carrick the job, but only give him a year in charge? That is a very, very good take on it. Would you give Carrick the job and give him a year contract to see how it goes? That's a very, very good point on the way the job should look. Maybe they'll do that. As soon as Agate came on, we was doomed. Exactly. Completely agree. Soon as Agate came on, the whole performance went tits up. And I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happened. Is it a mentality issue? Is it an energy issue? Is it because, Agate's not getting a lot of minutes? He's not getting a lot of game time? I'm not sure with Agate. I'm not sure what's happening to him. Is it a lack of minutes? Is he fed up at United? But as soon as he came on, what happened to the ball? He can't pass and can't deal with a press. Exactly. I thought Agate would be really good when we brought him, but we clearly signed the wrong player. We should have got João Neves when he had the opportunity, but you're never going to turn down PSG, especially if you're in fucking the Champions League, are you? Even if we win all games, he can't be the next manager, says Holster. I think what a win, says Dylan. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok if you're watching as well. Would really appreciate it. Again, I think a win's a win. It's 9 from 9. It's 3 wins in a row. We're still in the top 4. We're still in the Champions League spots despite Liverpool and Chelsea's wins yesterday, because when Liverpool were 1-0 down to Newcastle and then Chelsea were 2-0 down to West Ham, I honestly thought even if we got a point today, we would be quite happy. But I'm glad we found the winning goal. And fair play to Sesko. Fair play to Sesko. His United career has been massively up and down since he's been here. He's had injury problems here and there. He hasn't started in the last 3 games against City, Arsenal, and obviously Fulham today. But fair play to his contribution and fair play to the goal, because it is a very, very good goal. The touch, the turn, the swivel and the finish is a world-class goal. It is a world-class goal from Sesko. He's doing a good job, but he's not the next manager. I think the problem is, mate, if it continues against Tottenham and it carries on like this till the end of February, they'll end up giving Carrick the job. They will end up giving Carrick the job, because at the end of the day, they'll want Carrick in because it'll be a cheaper option than going to spend a load of more money on another manager. And maybe they'll keep Carrick just to back him and then give him players what he wants. So maybe that's the plan from United. But I think I would hold fire on giving him the job after today's game, because that second half was very, very weak. That second half, we looked tired, we looked fatigued, we looked exhausted. The energy levels dropped, and I think Carrick's not going to be happy with that. I think Carrick expects this intensity and pressure every single minute, and it wasn't there in that second half. It was not there in that second half. We let Fulham back into the game way too comfortably. The first Fulham goal is lucky. The second Fulham goal is a worldie. Go on Celtic 1-8 and Rangers draw Celtic up to second, but would love to see Hearts winner, says Irish people. I think United just got lucky today. I think United have got very, very lucky. It still shows Fergie time exists. United have got 3 points. A win is a win. We take that into Tottenham now, which is next Saturday afternoon at Old Trafford. 12:30 kick-off in our next Premier League home game, so it's back-to-back home games. And hopefully we can make it 4 wins from 4, because obviously with us kicking off early, we've got a big opportunity to go within 2 points of Villa next Saturday. So, and we go 4 or 5 points clear of Chelsea and Liverpool. So we've got a massive opportunity now to make sure that top 4's ours, because we can't afford to be chucking away 2-3-0 leads in games, because we'll just get found out. And that's what happened today. I think we just took off the gas. We probably got too cocky. We all probably thought the game was over. Fulham aren't going to get back into it. He did the same at Middlesbrough. Won his first half season, then the second half season he was terrible. And that's the problem. It could be the mentality issue again is going to come back in. But fair play to us finding the winning goal, because if this game finishes 2-2, I think there would have been a lot of questions for Michael Carrick. There would have been a lot of questions to those players as well. We did it, says Denny. Exactly. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. I just wanted a better performance as a whole. I'm not going to moan about the win. I'm not going to moan about the 3 points. I just look at the whole performance in a perspective where we should have been a lot better. And again, soon as Agate came on again, I just don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened at 2-0. That's what's really puzzling me. What the hell happened at 2-0? Why did we drop off so badly? That was far not a pen. If we do find a manager, they can't name him until the end of the season, says Hulkster. Yeah, completely agree with that. I would agree with that. But it's just a shame we let Fulham back into the game the way we did. Because I thought we had the game won at 2-0. And even myself probably got a bit too cocky and a bit too arrogant, thinking we'll find a third goal, maybe we'll find a fourth goal, and we're going to absolutely rub salt into the Fulham wounds. Big result for us. We defended Villa all game with only 10 men, says Aidan. I love games like that. Yeah, fair play to Brentford today, by the way, getting a result at Villa. What a bloody win, especially being down to 10 players as well. And my managing moderator, Matt Bunsley's in the live chat as well. Hello, Matt. How you doing, buddy? We haven't spoke for a while. How you doing, my friend? But yeah, fair play, because results have gone our way. Obviously, the only slip up that... Well, I wouldn't say results have gone our way, because Chelsea and Liverpool both won. And then, obviously, Brentford beat Villa today. And then you're going to have to really, really hope that Tottenham maybe try and get a result against... Oh, okay, maybe forget that. Because Tottenham are already 1-0 down to Manchester City. Yeah, just forget what I just said. Because Tottenham are already 1-0 down to Manchester City. Just hope City drop points. Unfortunately, Tottenham are 1-0 down already. So many people on here, tap and share. Please smash that like button, everybody. Please give me a follow on TikTok. The ball was clearly out, though. Just hope City drop points now. I'm pleased with the result. I'm pleased with 3 points. I just think it's a big learning curve from today. I think Michael Carrick's going to take... Yeah, it's good. I'm good. It's amazing that Man United won today. Exactly. Completely agree with Matt in the live chat. He's one of my manager moderators. I used to go to school with Matt as well and college. So massive shout out to him in the live chat. To Matt Bunsley, because we used to go to school and college together. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple of months, mate, as well. Hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. Scruffy game, but glad we got the 3 points, says Rav. Exactly. Completely agree. Completely agree with Rav just said there. Scruffy game, but glad we got the 3 points. Completely agree with Raf in the live chat there. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok if you're watching. A win's a win. 3 points is 3 points. It's 9 points from 9. 3 wins in a row. Still in the Champions League spot. Still above Chelsea. Still above Liverpool. Still above Newcastle. 5 points within Aston Villa. It's actually been a good weekend. What are your thoughts on Carrick staying? I would hold fire on giving Carrick the job at the moment. I would hold fire on it massively. Because I don't want this to start going backwards where he's given the job and then it all goes pear-shaped again. Yeah, hang on. I don't want it going backwards again. That's the only thing I would say. I don't want it going backwards again if we give him the job and then it all goes wrong. So that's the only thing I would say. I don't want it in getting the job and it goes wrong. Thank you for the follow, Sim, by the way. Very much appreciated, mate. Welcome to the community. Yeah, I think obviously there's a lot to learn from today's performance. There's a lot I think Michael Carrick's going to take him from the game. Obviously, he's going to be disappointed himself that his players, because he's managing them, stepped off the way they did. I don't think Carrick's going to be happy, by the way. I don't think Carrick's going to look at that performance and be over the moon with it. I think he'll be frustrated. I think he will be annoyed himself because he's thinking 2-0 up at home to Fulham. Let's go and find the third goal. Let's kill them off. And unfortunately, we didn't do that. We didn't do that, and we let Fulham back into it way, way too comfortably. We let Fulham be the better team in the second half, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. I think Fulham, after they went 2-0 down, were massively the better team. I don't know why we let them on. I don't know why we let them onto us. I don't know why we let Fulham then start dominating, because we looked comfortable until Fulham started really going for it. And obviously, I don't think their first penalty is a penalty. Their second goal is a fantastic, fantastic goal. You can't take anything away from the player, the goal or the Fulham finish. But at 2-2, you're thinking, it's over. It's going to be a point. It's going to be a draw. But fair play to Benjamin Sesko. Got a lot of pelters today, Sesko, just because he had 2 decent chances on goal and one of them unluckily hit the post. I think Sesko's a good player. I don't know why people are always on Sesko's back. And I would tell a lot of people to back the fuck off, because it's really, really unfair that Sesko gets so many pelters. There's a good player in there, and he's got Premier League proven players around him to help him, so that will help his experience, and at least he's scoring goals, because when you add Rasmus, he was running down blind alleys, and Rasmus Højlund was stuck with Rashford and Garnacho. So I would say fair play to Sesko, a great assist from Fernandes as well. Without those two today, we don't win this game. Without Fernandes and without Sesko, we don't win this game. We don't win this game. And I think comfortably, I would say very, very comfortably, in my opinion, I would be giving Bruno Fernandes player of the match. And I'd even say give Sesko it as well. I would probably say those two are probably favourites for my player of the match award today. Because obviously Fernandes has provided 2 assists for 2 goals. And obviously Sesko has scored the winning goal from the second Fernandes assist. So, for my opinion, I would be comfortable saying that Sesko and Fernandes both get player of the match. Because without their both bit of combination play, we don't find that third goal. We don't win the game. It ends 2-2. It ends in the draw, and we get a point. 7 points from 9. It would have looked like. Let's be honest. That third goal came from the magic of Bruno Fernandes. Exactly. He is our best midfielder. He is our most creative influence in that team, and without him, I hold my hands up. Without Bruno Fernandes, we are lost. Without Bruno Fernandes in that midfield, we are absolutely fucked. And if they do keep him, that's United's decision. Maybe they get rid of Ugarte, Mount, and obviously Casemiro will be going as well. So I think, without Fernandes today, we don't get the first goal. Without Fernandes today, we don't get the third goal. And without Sesko's introduction, this game ends 2-2 and it's a draw. So I think United have got very, very lucky. Without Fernandes and Sesko, we don't win this game. So I'm going to say we give both those two player of the match today to their contribution for their third and vital winning goal to win this game for Manchester United today, in which is a huge result. Because Aston Villa have lost to 10-men Brentford at Villa Park today. Fair play to Brentford, well done. Liverpool and Chelsea obviously have won as well. Man City are winning against Tottenham currently. Arsenal beat Leeds yesterday. So it is a huge result for us, because if we beat Tottenham next Saturday, we go 2 points within Aston Villa. We could still finish third. We could still finish second. Top four's on. Champions League football return is very, very high now. I think we'll get back into the Champions League. I think we will get back in it. And I'm going to comfortably make that decision right here, right now. I think we will be playing Champions League football next season and United will be back in it. Thank God. Because without European football midweek, it is a very, very hard watch. But I'm going to comfortably say we will be in it next season. United will be playing in Europe in the highest competition ever in UEFA Champions League because of these types of results. If this was Ruben Amorim, we probably wouldn't have won this game today. We probably wouldn't have won this game. Amos says Delo is bang average. Completely agree with you on that. But it has finished Manchester United 3, Fulham 2, 3 wins from 3, 9 points from 9, still in the Champions League spots, still above Chelsea, still above Liverpool. We now look to the Tottenham game next Saturday at Old Trafford once again. So thank you to everybody that's tuned in. Thank you for all the likes. Welcome to all the new followers. Please remember to keep smashing that like button. Give me a follow on TikTok. And our next bit of live content will be tomorrow afternoon. We'll be playing some F125 Charles Leclerc driver career tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you tune into that about 1:45, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. But we then look to the Spurs game next Saturday afternoon at Old Trafford. 12:30 kickoff. Can we make it 4 wins from 4? 12 points from 12. And can we get second? Can we get third? Because we will only be within 2 points of Aston Villa after their awful result against Brentford today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. You guys have been absolutely electric in the live chat. Welcome to all the new followers. Thank you for all the likes. Bring on Tottenham next Saturday. Another win at Old Trafford. 4 wins from 4. 12 from 12. We could still get third and we could still finish second. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Stay safe. Be nice. Be kind to each other. You're all legends. You're all legendary. See you on the next one. Manchester United 3. Fulham 2.